The lifestyle of a stockbroker surely seems glamorous. The Wolf of Wall Street, Boiler Room, and countless other films has made the job look sexy and exciting. Needless to say, that's not the reality for most of the stockbrokers out there. But yeah, we're not here to show sympathy, but we're here to learn about how this whole ecosystem works. So let's start with the definition of a stockbroker and we will gradually learn how to choose a right stockbroker. See, stockbrokers are essentially middlemen. Stocks are bought and sold through market indices such as the Sensex and Nifty, and a person needs a stockbroker to execute a trade on their behalf. See, stocks are traded through exchanges as we have learned in the last classes as well. However, an investor cannot directly trade in stock exchanges. To buy or sell a stock, you need an intermediary who will help you with the transaction. This middleman can be a person or a company who is authorized to buy and sell stocks and other securities on your behalf in the market. Such a person or a company is known as a stockbroker. Stockbrokers are generally associated with a stockbroking firm, but they can also be an independent person. For providing this service, a stockbroker charges a commission or a fee. Indian stockbrokers are regulated by SEBI and they need to register with stock exchanges as well as SEBI to operate in the market. Now that you know what a stockbroker is and how exactly are they regulated, let us look at the types of stockbrokers in India. So based on the types of services that are being provided, there are two types of stockbrokers, full service brokers and a discount broker. So a full-time broker provides a variety of services to their customers. These services include investment advice, retirement planning, management of portfolios, taxes on capital gains, and etc. Full-time stockbrokers charge a hefty commission. Angel broking, ICICI Direct, Sharekhan, Motilal Oswal, and the list can go on and on. Discount brokers, on the other hand, have come into existence due to the increased use and availability of the internet. These brokers provide an online trading platform for their clients. Discount brokers do not offer advisory services and research facilities. So for this reason, they charge a fewer commission, which is primarily a flat fee. Market participants do not need to personally meet discount brokers and carry out their investments. There are several examples of discount brokers. Zerodha, Upstocks, 5paisa, Grow, and the list can again go on and on. Now some people ask if we can invest in the stock market without a stockbroker. The answer is once a company had become public and brought its IPO, its shares are listed in the stock exchange, so you have to go through the broking route to purchase shares. The stockbroker is an integral part of the whole equity market. They help your orders sent to the exchange buy the shares on your behalf and send it to your depository account with NSDL or CDSL. And when you want to sell, they take instructions from you, either a pre-instruction in the form of a POA or delivery instruction slip, which I've already told you in the last class, guys. You can click on the I button to watch that video. And they ask for the shares from the depository and they sell it on the exchange and give the money back to you. Now, every time they buy and sell on your behalf, they will charge a brokerage. There are basically two types of trades, delivery trade and the intraday trade. So some recent brokers do not charge you any brokerage like Zerodha Upstocks on delivery trades. This is a new trend in India brought by Zerodha where you can buy the shares and sell after some time with zero brokerage. They are called discount brokers. Now let's try to understand a few things about the broking industry before learning how to choose the right broker. See, a broker's job is to help you buy and sell the shares and they make money only when you buy or sell the shares. Now this is something to think about. What happens when a person turns out to be a value investor? He buys some stocks today and decides to hold it for 10 or 15 years. So now the stockbroker will make money only after 10 to 15 years from you, right? Now another broker tells you that they have a very good advisory team who will keep you advising for active investments like buy today, sell tomorrow, or maybe positional trades for a week or a month. Or you can do maybe leverage trading where you have 5,000 in your account and you can trade with 50,000 and you can make a good money out of it. That's what they tell you. But why are they giving you this advice? Most of the time, this advice comes with no cost. And sometimes a stockbroker becomes a stock advisor. And here comes the biggest conflict of interest. There is a reason why they are giving discount on the brokerage fee. Most of the legends of the market, they understand this is the setup in India. Most stockbrokers have become advisors and they offer free advisory. So now if you're going to be just a long-term investor, then the stockbroker understands that they took a lot of efforts to get you on the platform. So there is a client acquisition cost. To engage a client, they need to maintain records, data. So there is a client engagement cost as well. So they will not be happy to earn just a few bucks from you. So they start telling you ways to make money like doing trading in the market. They start calling you and promote you to time the market and do the trades so that they start getting brokerage fee. Now this will create a conflict of interest. Here a stockbroker is giving you free advice so that they can keep you excited to do a lot of buy and sells every day and they make money through you. But most of the times the clients just lose money. Now I'm not saying all are like that and not defaming anyone here, but this is the trend that we can see nowadays. SEBI should bring a strict law about differentiating stockbrokers from stock advisors. So when you're choosing a stockbroker, you should make sure that they're not giving you unasked advice all the time. They're not very forcing and asking you to trade again and again. Now comes the biggest question of the day. How to solve the traditional versus discount broker dilemma? It may look puzzling, but it is very essential to decide when to choose a discount stockbroker and when to pick a traditional broker. So if one picks a discount broker, you're definitely going to save money on brokerage as they charge low fees. But if you don't have time or expertise to pick stocks, then the low brokerage fee of a discount broker will not help as poor decisions can result in much bigger losses. So how exactly to decide? See, there's no perfect answer to this question. However, to assist you in your decision, you can begin with a very simple exercise to determine whether you need a discount broker or a full-time broker. Do you need research advice on stocks and other trades? Will you be a high volume investor or a trader who trades in lakhs of rupees every year? Do you need assistance with trading? Do you prefer face-to-face customer support for addressing issues? Now, if your answer to all of the questions is a yes, then a full service broker, a full-time traditional broker will be the right choice for you. But if you want to research and pick stocks on your own and you plan to be a long-term investor who doesn't need that much trading assistance, or you might be wanting to cut down on your brokerage fee, then an online discount share broker will be the right choice for you. So summarizing what we've learned today, a stockbroker or a broker is a middleman who buys and sells stocks at the direction of clients. There are basically two types of brokers, full stack brokers and discount brokers. Full stack brokers provide you investment advices apart from buying and selling stock on your behalf. They charge hefty commission. Discount broker on the other hand charge a very low commission, but they do not give any advice to you. Number 3. Most of the times stockbrokers give you advice to make their own money. Number 4. When choosing one between discount and full stack brokers, understand your needs firsthand and decide on that basis and not based on what someone else is saying. As always, I'd like to end the video by giving you a call to action. Go on the SEBI website and check how many complaints have come against any broker. Brokers at times get involved with unfair practices, so you'll get a fair idea about the stockbrokers. The link is there in the description. So that's it guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button and share it with your friends as well. So basically this video is a part of a basic stock market course that we have created. You can click on the I button to watch other videos as well. So that's it guys. Thank you for watching the video. This is Srijan Barnwal signing off. Until we meet again.